Hi everyone, and thank you for taking time to watch this little update on what's going on in our little world of iPop and other stuff that's happening. Most importantly, this is our launch video for Plan D from Another Dimension. Effectively, we wanted to create a more budget label which could release converted 3D films, but with perhaps without all the hoo-ha that goes on around an iPop release. So in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about Plan D and how we got there, and I'm going to show trailers from the first 3 releases. I've also got news about a fantastic, well I hope you'll think it's fantastic, free giveaway that we're doing just for you. So stay tuned for Plan D from Another Dimension. So with Plan D, the main aim was to see, is there a way to do these conversions a little bit more quickly and to actually get them out there faster than the kind of current approach, which takes say 6 to 9 months for the film, and then another 3 months by the time we do all the production, the Kickstarter and the distribution. So it's a massive project. So each film is probably taking about a year, because the 3 of us working on it, we can we can keep them moving, but it's quite a big challenge to get these movies out. So let's think about Plan D. So when we were thinking about it, what we wanted to do is we didn't want to make just really rubbish autoconverts. We wanted to continue to use the same technologies we've been using, use many of the same processes, but look at the areas that were taking an absolute age. So one of the things is obviously if we do lots of shots that have got masses of rotoscoping, which is where you cut out the images on different layers and kind of work with them individually, that can take absolute ages. So for a 10-second shot or a 10-second scene, it can take days to actually get that right. So what we were trying to do is see if we could cut down on our rotoscoping and reduce the amount of manual labor. So that's one of the things we're trying to do. We're still trying to deliver as good a conversion as we can, but it may not be as 100%, or as some people would say not 100%, but there may be some things in it that are not quite what we would have done or what we would do in iPop releases. So also with iPop releases, we tend to do this big the whole platinum packs with all these extras and stuff, but for Plan D we're just going to make it bare bones. The movie, we will try generally to put the movie and the analog version on a disc and get them out to you. The other thing that we thought of about Plan D was that we could release films or compilations, which is something I'm particularly interested in, that were maybe a little bit more niche, a little bit more out there. So if we're doing an iPop film and we're spending a year on it, we really do need to try and make a reasonable return. Whereas if we're doing something that's a bit quicker, if we only sell 100 copies, well, we only sell 100 copies. So, so be it. So for that, it obviously meant we could create and release more niche content as opposed to focusing on the absolute biggest films that we had to. Another huge area of saving is in the production and the marketing. Doing a Kickstarter, not only have you got the whole month while it's happening, you have to create all the graphics, write all the copy. It's a massive undertaking. So by not having to do that and just releasing the discs, it just makes life so much quicker. And finally, and quite importantly, is these discs will be produced disc on demand. So we'll be using Kanaki in the States, which will actually only manufacture the disc when you order it. So we won't have any stock, we won't have to deal with shipping. It will purely be you order it and Kanaki will ship it directly to you. Well, they'll make it and ship it directly to you, which again saves us time, storage space, you know, investment time, and all that kind of thing. So anyway, so that gives you a bit of an idea about how we're dealing with Plan D. Let's take a look at some of the Plan D launch titles. So let's take a look at the first 3 releases, which will be available when you watch this video. Check the links below in YouTube, and you can go and have a look and hopefully buy. So the first disc we want to look at is The Brain That Wouldn't Die. Now, many of you who know public domain films will probably know this one. It's a slightly crazy Frankenstein, mad scientist kind of story, as so many of these films from this era seem to be. I don't quite know what the panic was. Must have been some kind of moral panic around the time about, you know, bringing people back to life. Anyway, so this is a crazy movie, and the conversion, just by the way, is looking stunning. I really don't see much difference between this and an iPod release, to tell you the truth. Little bit, there's a few little bits, but you know, it's absolutely fantastic. Phil has converted this, and yeah, he's just done a marvelous job. So let's have a little look at the trailer for The Brain That Wouldn't Die.
You've lost the urge to experiment.
Oh, every time you touch me, I go out of my mind. Let me die. Let me die.
Her brain kept alive by experimental science, by a man whose abnormal passions inspired him to try the impossible.
I brought her back. She'll live and I'll get her another body.
So
What of her soul? How can you make of her an experiment of horror?
His mad ambitions and desires threaten every woman possessing an attractive body. Girls whose measurements make them beauty contest participants. Professional figure models such as this. All are prey to his distorted desires.
what's locked behind that door?
Horror. No normal mind can imagine. Something even more terrible than you.
Horror has its ultimate, and I'm that.
Behind that door is the sum total of Dr. Courtney's mistakes.
He intends to kill somebody. To rob them of their body. We've got to stop him.
Yeah, so I'm hoping you're going to want to add that to your collection. It is really fantastic. I mean, crazy film, but the 3D is really, really beautifully done in it. Yeah, it's so crazy. I was watching it actually just yesterday. Watched the whole thing through again, and yeah, just astounding. So the second title in our Plan D lineup is something I've been wanting to do for a while, which is a kind of compilation disc of films, I guess, on a theme. Just because there's so many kind of, I guess, obscure little gems that never get seen, or in this case actually they've been seen millions of times, but never quite like this. So this is Conversion Curiosities Volume 1, and this is a collection of experimental and just very creative films, which I think 3D presents in a really amazingly new light, especially some of the more abstract films. You see things in it that genuinely I didn't see before. Many of you who are into a history of film will have seen these films. I mean, they date from something like 1910, I think, or 1907 through to about 1960 something. So a crazy, interesting array of films, and really, really intriguing. I mean, I hope that you're going to like this, because for me, it's a real passion project. I know this isn't going to suit everyone. It's not a feature film. It's not a sort of, stars. It's not a big 1950s sci-fi horror thing. It's quite unusual, surreal, experimental films. Anyway, let's have a quick look at a little teaser of some of the contents. So, roll that VT. Okay, I hope that's whet your appetite, and I hope it's got your creative juices flowing, and I do hope that you'll buy this, because it's really interesting. One thing to note, and again, this goes back to the whole Plan D thing, is, some of the content on this disc, as I said, I think the earliest one's from 1907, so it's not going to be pristine. It's not going to be a pristine print. The 3D might be a little bit, edgy here and there. But I think I think as a stereoscopic 3D viewer, you should enjoy this. I watched it on the big screen the other day, and some of it just blew my mind. I mean, I don't want to blow my own whistle, but I was absolutely amazed. Things I'd never seen before. So anyway, hopefully you like that. Conversion Curiosities Volume 1 at Creative Curios. Hopefully there'll be a chance to do more of these discs. We'll see how well this one goes down. I mean, this one is a bit obscure, but some really famous films and some shots I'm sure you'll recognise in it. The final film in our launch trio is a film from, I think it's 1961, called The Devil's Hand, which is a kind of voodoo doll sort of story. This one, when I saw it, it immediately struck me. There's certain shots in it that were just saying, this has to be a kind of pop-out moment, and so I couldn't resist it. This just had to be done, and had to be seen. You'll see when you look at the trailer. You'll see what you think of it. So, without any further ado, let's watch the trailer for The Devil's Hand.
Who are you? Can a dream change a man's whole life? Linda Christian is almost too desirable to be real. And Robert Alda, too fascinated to resist her.
You really are a witch.
You must become one of us first.
Anything.
must take the oath to Gamba.
O great Gamba, highest executioner, supreme devil, god of evil, make your decision. Death is a plaything when you are caught in the devil's hands. And the devil's plaything is devastating.
You'll never escape me, darling.
Is he really her willing victim? Or a person possessed? Spin the wheel. That knife is set to kill.
Well, there you go. The Devil's Hand in 3D with some kind of crazy pop-outs there. So that is the third of our launch discs for Plan D. There's more in the pipeline. And I've got something very special for you. So I've upped the production value and a costume change for this announcement. Effectively, what we're doing for the launch of Plan D, we're going to give away some free 3D content. We're going to share the ISO file that you can burn to disk to make your own 3D Blu-ray, along with a cover and disc label. So if you want to make your own, it'll be absolutely free. If you can't do that, I'll tell you about that at the end, what we can do to sort you out. On the disc, we've got a whole load of little bits and pieces that might be of interest. So let me tell you about the stuff that's exclusively on this disc. We have an episode of The Three Stooges, the sing-a-song of Sixpence. This is a brand new conversion of this, and yeah, it's really good. It's really funny. I think it works really well. I don't think it's got any crazy pop-outs or anything. It's, you know, it's not that kind of. It wasn't shot for 3D, so but it's good fun. I think it looks good. We also have the 1910 original version of Frankenstein. Now the footage on this, obviously, you know, it's over 100 years old, so the footage is pretty damaged, and you know, I'm just pre-warning you so you know what to expect. It's not going to be pristine. So the 3D is a little bit flaky here and there as well, because, you know, trying to work with such badly damaged footage is tricky. But hopefully you'll like it. Frankenstein from 1910, the original silent version. Then the final sort of bit of exclusive content is we've got a Little Rascals episode as well. This one is called Wally's Last Stand, where Wally is making lemonade and needs to find a way to better market it. So they have this kind of put on this song and dance show. It's all good fun, you know, all yours. Absolutely free, so hopefully that'll be good. The other stuff that's on the disc is we'll have the trailers for the Plan D films, plus a couple of extra bits that we haven't announced, little surprise, and I'll also be including all the iPop trailers as well, so it's maybe good to have them all in one place. Pop them on your projector, watch some of that stuff. It's really good 3D. I think this whole disc is going to be entertaining. It's going to be good fun. The disc is called, it's obviously from Plan D, and it's called Free, as with an F, Free D1. So Free D1, free to you. Now, if you aren't able to burn an ISO to disc, we can sort out a disc for you. It's no problem. I think it's going to work out about $3 plus shipping. This will be just using Kanaki for disc on demand. And if you want it, there will be links either in the area below if you're watching this on YouTube, or in a blog post, or who knows where else, but there will be links that will give you the information of where you can go to get this disc. So yeah, 3D1, yours for free to enjoy. You know, again, with the age and quality of some of these things, they're maybe not going to be as great as our iPop releases. Some of the releases definitely would be right up there. I think Brain is definitely there, and there's a couple in the pipeline that I think are looking absolutely stunning. Hopefully you'll enjoy this, and hopefully you'll give Plan D the same level of support as you've given us on iPop. Just to say, that doesn't mean iPop's gone away. It just takes a lot longer to do an iPop film, so we'll be doing those in the background and still planning on releases. We've kind of caught up with ourselves for the moment. We don't have a backlog of films. We've released everything that has been converted so far. We've got other films in the pipeline, but nothing is ready at the moment, and it will be a little while before the next iPop release. Don't forget, also on iPop, I've been modelling my new iPop t-shirt. We've got iPop t-shirts, hoodies, hats, any kind of apparel with this big stonking 3D logo on it. You know you want one. You got to show you're a true 3D fan by blasting 3D in everyone's face at every opportunity. Okay, I think that is all. So, thank you for watching. Enjoy your day, and I hope to see you again soon in 3 dimensions. Bye!